Good afternoon, everyone. Congressman Tom Rooney here, coming to you from Washington, D.C. Before I give you an update as to what happened this week in Congress, I want to take a moment to discuss the planned military-style attack carried out by two radical jihadists yesterday in San Bernardino, California. The FBI confirmed Syed Farook was in touch with more than one individual being investigated by the FBI for international terrorism. 12 pipe bombs were found in Farook's house, a large amount of material to make IEDs and small explosives strapped to remote-controlled cars, a signature technique used by terrorist groups. The terrorists had GoPro cameras strapped to their bodies and wore vests stuffed with ammunition magazines. President Obama has been all over the news talking about gun control. I want to be clear, this is not about gun control. What happened yesterday was an act of terrorism. Two Islamic terrorists slaughtered 14 people in America, and the president is talking about gun control. What happened in California yesterday is no less an act of terror than the attacks in Paris 3 weeks ago, or in Boston 2 years ago. We've been attacked by Muslim jihadists on American soil, and the president has got to get his head out of the sand and immediately take action against those who recruited these murderers to wage war on America. Now, as promised, the week in review. The House this week passed an energy bill titled the North American Energy Security and Infrastructure Act. This bill reduces government waste by consolidating programs to avoid unnecessary spending. It modernizes and improves the safety of our nation's energy infrastructure. It protects the electric grid from external threats, and it expedites the approval of natural gas exports to Europe to reduce our allies' reliance on Russian energy sources. The House also passed a bipartisan, multi-year surface transportation bill, the FAST Act, which will provide greater flexibility for states and local governments to better address their individual transportation needs and priorities. For the farmers and cattlemen of my district, the FAST Act includes not only regulatory relief, but a number of other provisions critical to Florida's agricultural industry. This 5-year authorization is long overdue, and we will finally give the folks in my district the certainty that they need to improve our roads and grow our local economies. And finally this week, I introduced legislation with Tim Ryan from Ohio entitled the Stop Trafficking in Fentanyl Act, which amends current law to ensure it appropriately reflects the potency of the synthetic drug fentanyl. Fentanyl is an extremely dangerous synthetic opioid that is 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. The state of Florida has seen an alarming spike in fentanyl-related deaths in the past few years. And in 2014, Manatee County has had the highest amount of fentanyl-related deaths in the whole state. My bill will lower the threshold that triggers federal penalties from the current amount of 400 grams to 20 grams to ensure that the law reflects the extreme strength of the drug, which can be fatal in doses as small as just 0.25 milligrams. We have to act immediately to prosecute those who traffic this drug and get it off of our streets. Thanks for everyone for taking the time to listen to this message. I hope that you and your families have a great weekend.